Good afternoon from a sunny Hainault. I really couldn't get into town this week because I've got a few things going on, so I thought I'll have a look around what we've got locally. There we go. Welcome to Hainault Forest. A lot of area to explore if you're looking like that. Welcome to Hainault Forest Country Park. I mean, how beautiful is this? Right on my doorstep. Anyway, welcome to my channel. I'm Roaming Ree, and today, as I said before, I didn't really have time, so I'm just doing a few local areas, local open parks that we can actually explore and walk around and have a look. It's a glorious day, showing about 8 degrees on my phone, and it's actually very nice, very pleasant. This has got a great area for bike riding and everything as well, so once I get something that I can connect my DJI on the bike, I will come back here. I expect it to be quite busy considering it's half term, so if all goes well, it should be alright around here. It's saying that closes at 6 o'clock tonight, which I definitely won't be here till. Let's have a look. Gate closes at 6. No exit after, and no learner drivers, and a 10 miles an hour speed limit, which I think this is brilliant. Let me swing it back round again so you guys can have a look. Half term, so the kids are out playing. Got its own car parking area at the top over there, and look at the amount of views to go and see. There ahead of us is the car park area, so you can actually just come park, spend the day. I don't know if it's actually charged or anything like that, so we will head up over there as well. This is what it's like with a slightly higher viewpoint, and it still continues further afield over there towards a zoo, well, petting farm, cafe and ice cream shop, and the other side of the forest as well. Glorious day though, I must say. Very, very warm. Yeah, parking fee here, £1.30 for an hour and £4.80 all day. So if you're really coming to spend a whole day here, it's actually quite worth it, because you've got a lot to see and a lot to do. Ample parking here behind me. Let me just switch it around. Ample parking here behind me. Here's a main car park. You've got a cafe there situated right behind me. It's quite busy today because of half term with the kids. And then you've got a second car park just there, next to the farm. I think the farm is actually closed, they were saying. You can see a few animals walking around. We'll do a little quick tour and then we'll come back round. And what we're going to do is, there's a lake down here as well, so you can actually walk down to the lake. Plenty of ducks around here. People feeding them. Plenty of cars coming, plenty of people here feeding the ducks and the swans. I remember this when it was actually made. This is actually man-made, believe it or not. This lake never used to be here back in the day. Not that I spent a lot of time here, mind you, but we used to come down from school, and my school wasn't very close. There's a couple of trails as well. Sculpture trail, feeds you all the way around, and even a QR code to see where you're going, and give you bits and bobs of things that you come across on your walk. What we're going to do is head all the way around to have a better look on the other side. Isn't it beautiful? What I have actually noticed is a couple of these. fishing platforms. Can't feed the ducks from here, or the birds, but you can actually fish from here. So I haven't seen any fishermen or anything like that. I don't know if there's actually going to be any fish in here. So far I haven't seen a major link to the lake, but there must be something, because the water is actually moving, so it's got to be flowing somewhere. And behind me you can actually go the trails into the forest. So if it's a really nice day, you can actually go for a walk right into the forest. One thing is I'm not good with forest, I'm good with roads. I'll probably get lost in there. Anyway, let's continue and let's see around to the other side. Had to come off the path around the lake because it leads up into the forest. But this is quite straightforward because there's a proper tarmac down here, whereas just on the other side of me there isn't. There we go, that's a path in front of me, and then on that side we can actually walk through to the forest, and that's the path from the lake that I've just had to walk through. Path must be quite new because it looks like it's halfway from completion. I remember walking through here last time and it was quite muddy. Here is where it splits. If you go to the right, that'll take you back towards the pond and the car park and the lake, and the calf, sorry. And that way will actually take you through more paths into the forest as people walking through now. It's actually a very nice day today, and it's a lot busier than I've anticipated it, but that's because the weather is nice. Very muddy around here, so let's be careful. This place is absolutely huge, and even the ducks have started to walk away from the pond as well. There's a ditch down here, so it shouldn't really be able to cross, but they have. But look at the forest that you can actually explore. No wonder it will take you all day here. People walking as far as I can see as well. This is a little zoo petting area. All that's out at the moment. A couple of llamas, that looks like. A couple of sheep, donkeys and little ponies. But again, like I said, made very well. Never used to be like this from what I can remember. But definitely it will be nice for the kids, especially our kids, the city kids. Never seen animals like this grazing before, except on their dinner plate. That's a couple of hours roaming around here. Again, I already showed you the main bits. There's a lot of trails you can head through, a lot of paths through the forest that you could head through. Let's head back, see if we can stop for another one on the way home. I know there's at least a couple more, so we'll be having a look at them. This is my second stop, Redbridge Cycling Club, literally just around the corner from Hainault Forest, or Hainault Country Park where we was at. Very nice place, very nice location, very easy to get to. I'll give you more information as I get to the top. There it is, just at the top. The main reception area on the left, and a little kiosk with the BMX track behind it on the other side. There's the full-size cycling club on this side. The BMX is just there behind that kiosk and the main reception area. The track goes around the back over there where they have a mountain biking club as well. Very nicely done. Car parking facility as well, free car parking facility as long as you use the track, and the track is $460 an adult and $380 per child. and as you saw, they've got little classes going on for very youngsters as well, so definitely worth it. Here is the BMX track. It's not very busy today, but it seems to be very well done. And that in front of me is the mountain bike track leading into the forest. I've got to say, some stunning views we were around the back over there. Also, if you use this facility, you can bring your own equipment on your bike. If not, you can hire everything from the shop inside. The reception give you all the details. This is my first time here, and I think it's definitely worth it. This is my next stop after Redbridge Cycling Club, which is just straight down the road. Welcome to Fairlop Waters. There we go, very nicely done up. It's quite new, quite a busy road, but again, like I said, it's a straight road that will lead you straight to Hainault Forest, as well as a cycling club. And this is the view. I mean, a lot of open space here. I haven't been here myself for a little while. The car park looks busy, which I'm presumed they're going to be charging for. Probably be the same as the one at Hainault Forest. £1.80ish, £1.30ish for an hour, £5 for the whole day. And again, looks very busy. If you look in the distance, looks very busy. Loads of people walking around. We'll walk around there as well. A lake, hence Fairlop Waters. That's all newly done as well, and quite a lot of activity. Cycling paths. So very good area to come and explore. Yeah, just as I thought. Got paid by Ringo, £1.30 for an hour, £2.20, and £5 for the whole day. That in the distance is the Skyrun for the kids, so it's a really good activity. You've got the marquee for weddings, and the cafe, which is open all the time now, and the ice cream van, which is a new addition I haven't seen here before. But wow, how beautiful does it look. It's definitely a lot cleaned up than what it used to be. So let's go and have a look. Here I'm at the other side of it. That's the Fairlop Cafe I was saying. As I said, nice and busy, quite a lot of people. Fairlop Rowing Club as well, which is new. This wasn't here before. Got boats and activities, which is very nice. And then around here you've got all the ducks and stuff and everything. Platforms very well done, I must say. I have got some feed. Let's see how we get on. Come on, let's go through. Come on. Go! That's all I've got, that's all I've got. Yeah. Well, at least these were better. I didn't get attacked, except for the big one. He tried to eat out of my hand. But all's fair in love and war. At least they're quite well behaved over here, I must say. The other side of the lake, that's where I was. Oh, they're all hissing at me now. That's where I was, came around to the other side, and that's where the new boating area and lake and everything is. So they've done two sides to the lake now, which is actually quite nice. And as I said, it's very, very busy. Half term, a lot of dog walkers. Actually, another car park on this side as well, by the looks of it. Yeah, so you can actually park on this side and come through as well. Oh, it's warm, but it ain't that warm. Fair play to the old fella. At least he can carry it off. And a long walk to park inside train station. So, good on you, boy. Nice little play area for kids. Little climbing boulders. They've got their own little separate activities all around here, so it's actually quite nice. And the lake just behind us here, that's a complete one lap I've done. Walk around, very nice and pleasant, and like I said, it's actually done up properly compared to what it used to be. A proper play area, a boulder park, and a Fairlop outdoor activity centre is where we've just come from. That's where all the boats and everything was, and all around here and back to where we started off, the main car park. The other car park wasn't very busy, wasn't too many things parked down there, so it didn't really have a great deal to offer. Plus the activity centre was closed, except the little boulder area where people were climbing up and down. Quite surprising, I have met a couple of fishermen, or young lads I should say, fishing. Both said, yeah, they're allowed to fish, but it's about £100 a year for a permit. Both of them hadn't caught anything today, so I don't know if it's worth it or not, but it gets them out of the house on such a lovely day like this as well, so all fair play to them. At least they're not walking the streets. One boat on the lake. Time to bid farewell to Fairlop Waters. I must say I was pleasantly surprised about how nice it was. Everything was done up well. I know for years they've had plans for it from one to another, and it's never come across to be anything but some wasteland. But looking at it, the area is vast. It continues way into Barkingside, so it's actually quite a big area with many facilities compared to what it used to be. We've got the golf course over on this side, 18-hole golf course. Never played myself, but at least, like I said, area is massive, and looking around all over, I mean, this is right on my doorstep, so what's not to like? We take granted space in London, but I mean, look at this. I know it's not far out of London, but how nice is it? With a central line link as well, so it's very easy to get to. Anyway, let's continue and let's see what's next. Here I'm now, one of the best parks around me, Valentines Park. Loads of squirrels up in the trees, so let's see. I've got nothing for them today, so they probably won't do anything, whereas the ducks will follow me around. I don't think the squirrels will, but again, big area right in the middle of Essex, very pretty. Gardener's cottage, cafe area, very pretty around here, loads of people walking around. Valentine Mansions. Yeah, this is the main part of Valentines Park, Valentine's Mansion. Walking towards the middle of the park now, ahead of me, looks very busy. That's where the main car park is, so I think I might give that a miss. But you can see how many people are here enjoying the wet weather, and especially being half term. Quite a lot of entrances and exits for the park, so that always makes it nice, and it's in the middle of a big residential area, nice big houses and stuff. Another entrance into Valentine's Park, and greeted by a lovely lake. Lovely area, you could easily spend a couple of hours here. I haven't checked if there's any parking charges, but I presume maybe being the same borough, it may be the same. This is a boating lake that they do at the weekends. £15 for 30 minutes, £20 for an hour. But the boats don't look in a good state. Got plenty of people feeding the birds, feeding the ducks, and plenty of people inside the park. The opposite side of the pond. Very nice. A lot of people around. Let's swing around. A little ice cream and cab kiosk. Very busy. And the cricket field. lovely sunny day. The water seems a lot more than what it used to be. I know it was pretty run down, this park, but seems to have been rejuvenated. This is another entrance for the park. A lot more quieter down this side, but what I do like about it is actually it's all really well maintained from what it was from a few years ago and stuff. But what I wanted to show you was this. This here is a link to the main pond. So it takes water from here and it passes it all around the park. There's quite a few of these like irrigation systems, and this one actually the water is running, so there's movement in the water and it's actually not too bad, quite clean considering, and it goes to the main pond, and then there's another link of it that actually runs across that way. So they'll definitely be spending some money on it. And all this area here, it looks it's going to be rejuvenated as well. There's cut out into sections for plants and stuff to go in. I did notice quite a few new plants being put, so there's definitely work going on. But as I said, it's very nice. The park just keeps on going. There's another section here that's completely like closed off. Very small gates are coming through, and a main car park or car area coming through there. This is another area where they hold private carnivals and fairs. Here's a link that it continues from where we were early on, right the way through, and continues right the way down. And there is one that goes off along that way, so let's follow that. So far I've seen 2 links off this main one, so it does keep the water topped up, which is a very good idea. That's where I was. The little canal running from there. I say canal, it's just a waterway, and this is where it leads onto the other side. This is the link, and again you can see the water flowing through, so there's definitely a connection for the water to travel. Also, this is good because it's providing water for the wildlife as well, and the old dreaded green boxes, rats everywhere. And that leads on to here. You can hear the water flowing and going down. It goes through there to the other end that we were standing, and it brings us out onto this pond here. Not as big as the other one, but still very good for the wildlife. I haven't walked through the park for a long time, and I must say I'm very impressed with this. All I'm used to is seeing big buildings, old buildings, nothing as nature would have it. This is beautiful. This was a new stone structure I was telling you about. This wasn't here, this is new, but it does look very nice. You know it's a nice place when a wedding party turns up to have their photos done here. So I think actually they do weddings at the Valentine Mansions as well, or receptions rather than weddings. I don't know if they could cater for the Asian weddings, but this is what it's like, and this is the people coming out, looking after the wildlife, feeding the ducks. Very, very nice, I must say. I mean, this never used to be like this. I don't remember it being like this, but there are so many ducks and pigeons and squirrels all around, and obviously rats. This will breed rats as well. There's green boxes for rats, traps everywhere around the park I was at, and this is our exit point back onto the main road.